When the spies in this week's Parsha are sent to the land of Canaan to go see what it's like, it's very interesting to see how it starts. Shlach Lecha. Sounds a lot like Lech Lecha. Shlach Lecha is usually translated as send. But if you look closely at the words, both of them come together to mean send for your sake. Similar to when Avram is called by God, Lech Lecha, go for your sake. Go closer to yourself and be yourself. Shlach Lecha means, I, God, don't need you to go. I know what's there, but you might need to go. And so they go. Along the way, they encounter a group called the Anakites, the Anakim, and they're giants. They're related to the Nephilim, the fallen ones, what we would probably call in mythological terms titans. They weren't exactly people, and they weren't God, but they were something very big. In fact, the proof of how big they were is their fruit. Their grapes are enormous. It took 2 people to carry a bunch of them home. When they come back, they do something that is called in Jewish tradition a sin. It's called Chet HaMeraglim, the sin of the spies. And what did they do wrong? They were sent to tour, literally, Latur Ta'aretz, to go scout out the land. Is it good or is it bad? And they come back. Some of them, a few of them, Joshua and Caleb, say, we can do it. But they don't say it's good. They say we can overcome, we shall overcome, which is where actually the song for the civil rights movement and before and since is derived. But the other 10 actually come back and talk about how fearful they are of the land, how they saw themselves. What is their sin precisely? That's what they saw and that's how they felt. Shouldn't they report what they see? It could be suggested, and I think it's a leadership learning for all of us, that what they did wrong is they went straight to the people with their fears. It is possible, it is accurate in our world today to point to the challenges we face, be it gun violence, be it climate, be it racism, be it war, and to say we just can't do it. But if those who we entrust with authority, we place our faith in them as leaders, if they do not see the future based in the current reality, and say, this is how we will go forward, I know you're right, there is much to be afraid of, this is the way forward. If instead they throw up their hands and abdicate hope, that is the greatest sin that could befall us as a world. And so the spies who were each chosen from the tribes, somehow prominent, I don't know what they did, we have no idea. What did they do to achieve this leadership role, to represent their tribe in going into this new promised land and to bring back a report? We don't know how they got there, but they got there. We could say this about Congress today. We could say this about ministers of Knesset today. You are called as our leaders to lead us forward with hope, not ignoring the challenges in front of us, but despite it. We have a lot to do, and so when leaders are brought forward before us, we have the challenge to say, you leader, you lead us forward. Maybe if the spies had come to Moses and Aaron and Miriam and to the 70 elders appointed in last week's Parsha and said, we are afraid, what should we do? How do we lead our people forward into a frightening reality? How will we achieve a promise? Maybe if they had said to a smaller group, how do we instill hope despite reality? Maybe it wouldn't have been such a sin. Maybe the 10 and the 2, all the spies together, could have led forward the people into a promise despite it being scary. We need leaders today in this world who don't ignore reality. They lead us forward despite it.